People tell me all the time, you're just using loopholes to get people off. If you ever thought that, stick with me, because what you call a loophole is actually the reason we have rights in the first place. I want to challenge that word, loophole. To most people, it sounds like a sneaky trick, like some technicality lawyers use to let guilty people walk free. But let's call things by their real names. The Fourth Amendment's protection against unlawful searches, that's not a loophole. The right to remain silent, that's not a loophole either. The state having to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, that's the foundation of the system, not some hidden escape hatch. When we enforce these rights, we're not exploiting accidents in the law. We're holding the government accountable to the rules it wrote for itself. Let me give you an example. I once had a client pulled over late at night. The officer claimed he had a reason, but when we dug in, the reason fell apart. There was no broken taillight, no erratic driving, nothing. If I hadn't challenged that stop, my client would have faced serious consequences, all based on an unlawful stop. Now, some people call that finding a loophole, but here's the truth. When the state breaks the rules, it's not my job to smooth that over. It's my job to make sure the rules apply to everyone, especially the government. And think about it. If the police can stop you without cause, search your car without a warrant, or ignore procedure when it's inconvenient, who's next? Today, it's my client. Tomorrow, it could be you. The criminal system isn't just about one defendant. It's not just about one case. Every ruling sets a precedent. That precedent shapes how all of us are treated. What looks like a technicality in someone else's case might be the safeguard that protects your privacy, your property, your freedom. So when people say you got your client off in a loophole, what they're really saying is the state didn't follow its own rules and someone finally held them to it. That's not weakness, that's accountability. Let's stop pretending that the system is flawless. Wrongful convictions happen. Bias infects investigations. Prosecutors sometimes care more about saving face than doing what's right. That's why these so-called loopholes matter. They're the safety valves. They keep the whole thing from collapsing under its own weight. If the state can cut corners whenever it wants, none of us are safe. So the next time you hear someone talk about loopholes, remember, those aren't tricks. They're your rights. And if we don't defend them in the hardest cases, they won't be there when you need them most. I'm Joel Chorny. Remember, you have rights. They matter. Protect them. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video.